We haven't talked about Fallout 76 much as of late, mainly because while things haven't been necessarily quiet, we really haven't gotten a ton of new details or information on the game since the QuakeCon reveal that happened earlier on in this month. Sure, Bethesda has released 2 new Vault-Tec trailers, but mostly the information and even some of the footage has been shown before. I mean, we did learn that you'll probably be able to have a robot companion accompany you as you travel about, and we also learned that we'll be able to mine for raw resources, but that, for the most part, are the biggest takeaways that can be made from those 2 trailers. Certainly there are some other things people have been speculating about from the footage, like some of the weaponry featured, but to be honest, it's just really strange the way Bethesda has approached marketing thus far with trailers like this. We've barely seen any gameplay, and I think that's really the complaint many have had up to this point. While these Vault-Tec videos are fun and wacky, this is majority of the footage we have right now, with the game right around 75 days away. Another game that's coming this fall which faced heat for this was Red Dead Redemption 2, but luckily Rockstar Games a few weeks ago released a nice 6-minute gameplay introduction and a promise for more, but hopefully Bethesda soon will give fans the same. Now, some recent news that's been spreading around is the beta release date. We know it's coming in October, and a GameStop advertisement recently was sent out which has many curious because they list that Fallout 76 will be available 10/12/18, which many are assuming that this could be the beta release date, as the game technically does not arrive until November 14th. This also would further make sense as October 12th is a Friday, a common day for when games get released, and we already know the beta really isn't a beta and more of early access, or as Todd Howard has said, the first step. Anyway, even though this date makes sense, Bethesda's VP of Marketing Pete Hines confirmed on Twitter that this was just a typo, which I will say October 12th is a strange typo that oddly fits, but anyway, Pete has also revealed and discussed some other things about Fallout 76 on Twitter. As revealed by Todd Howard at Gamescom though, modding is still in its design stage right now, and he also stated how complicated this is for them because Fallout 76 is an online game, but he did confirm that they are committed to it, although it seems this key feature for many won't be coming anytime soon after release. Now, Pete Hines did clarify some fan questions on Twitter regarding how mods and private servers would work. First, a Twitter user would ask if this game would ever feature an offline mode, but Pete Hines shut that down very fast, saying it's not possible, and he would further confirm that players can use a private server by themselves if that's how they wish to play the game, although again, you'll have to be online and you're still on a Bethesda server, as we won't be able to see servers at all. Now, another user would jump in and continue pushing at Pete for answers, asking how will mods in a private server work then, through Bethesda Net ? And he would reply saying, why don't we just get through launch first? There's plenty of things we need to figure out for post-launch that, quite honestly, just aren't at the top of the list of things to do at the moment. Essentially, while many fans are very curious solely about this part of Fallout 76, it seems that Bethesda right now isn't very worried about that, as their focus is on having the game ready for this October. Todd Howard has already said that they know that there will be a ton of issues, and quite literally, people will break the game in October. And if I had to guess, bug fixes and getting the game stable will be their main focus heading into 2019. So unfortunately, modding and private servers probably will not arrive until maybe the beginning of 2019, and even then that's wishful thinking. Continuing forward, at one point in the QuakeCon footage, something I actually overlooked, there was a trading post, and Pete Hines confirmed on Twitter that particular one was already in the game, not placed by a player. It's one spot where you can find a trader that is not another player, which yes, does confirm there will be locations where we can trade with NPCs, probably like robots, and not just humans, well, real humans, which I honestly felt concerned about. Either way, this certainly is good news. So continuing forward, Pete Hines recently spoke to IGN at Gamescom and discussed Fallout 76. He would mention a few things that I thought we'd go over. First, he would reveal that teaming up with other players does not mean you have to stay with them, specifically saying it's not like grouping up means all 4 of us have to walk around the map together and do stuff. The game is like, look, just do whatever you want. If he decides to go off here and start base building, he's doing quests, the game doesn't care. Next, Pete Hines would go over what Fallout 76 76 is and how some people are trying to label the game as a Rust clone or making comparisons to other popular online survival titles, and he responded saying, if you just try and take any game concept and say, so 76 is like this, I promise you you're wrong, it's not. I played the game, I know. At this point I'm more confused at what to even call this game, because one minute it's a survival game, the next it's not, then you have people going back and forth on the role-playing elements within it, and if it's really a true RPG. Either way, in only a few weeks we'll know for sure what Fallout 76 is, and if the comparisons to Rust are valid or not. Lastly, Pete Hines said that their team has moved away from the single value proposition of replayability. He would specifically say, we have a joke in the office, I have banned the word replayable because that's not a feature. Every game is replayable, Tetris is replayable, every game can be replayed from the beginning. That's not unique, that's not a feature. He would go on to add that he wants players to feel a sense of value when they make the purchase for their game. Now, unfortunately, value for many is how long the game is in replayability, especially with single player titles. I'm not sure you can just write it off as not a feature, as this is one of the reasons why many love Fallout and the Elder Scrolls. He's right to say that everything is replayable, because it is, but with a role-playing title, going a different route typically means a mostly different experience, which makes games like Fallout interesting. I guess the point I'm trying to convey is that yes, everything is replayable, but some games, particularly with RPGs, starting a new character and following a different path means a totally new experience, which for many is value and could be considered a feature, or at the very least an important aspect of Bethesda Game Studios' developed experiences. Either way, hopefully we'll have more to discuss soon. GameInformer has confirmed that next week we'll be getting a big article from them with a lot of new information, so that's definitely exciting, but mostly I just want to see more gameplay. Anyway, how are you feeling about Fallout 76 right now? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below, but thank you for watching. Make sure to leave a like if you did enjoy this video or found any informative value, and consider subscribing for much more Fallout 76 content to come, and I'll see you later.